I found your sweater in my drawer. Still smells like late September rain. I pressed it to my chest once more, just to feel you close again. The mirror shows a different girl, eyes too tired to even cry. She gave you her whole world, you gave her one last goodbye. You said forever like a vow, but forever isn't now. This is where love died, right between your hands and mine. Somewhere between it's fine and the tears I tried to hide. You walked away so free, like you were losing me, but I lost everything inside the night our love died. Your voice still echoes in my phone, old voicemails I can't erase. You sound like someone I once knew, not the stranger who left my place. I heard you're happy now with her, smiling like you never broke me. Guess my heart was just a blur in your perfect memory. I was fighting for our flame while you were forgetting my name. This is where love died, in the silence of your eyes, in the space between our lies and the truth we never tried. You found your peace somehow, while I'm still bleeding now. Tell me how you sleep at night, knowing where our love died. Did you ever really stay, or were you halfway gone? Was I just a place to rest until you found someone? This is where love died, in the tears I never cried, in the arms you chose that night when you let me slip outside. You closed the door so tightly, left me alone with the fight, and I still hear it in my mind. The moment our love died. I still set the table for two, like you're just running late again. I pour your coffee like I used to do, then watch it turn cold in my hands. Your laughter lingers in the air, like it never really left. But silence answers every prayer, and I choke on what's unsaid. You said we'd fight through anything, but you let go of everything. If you stayed, I'd still be whole, not a shadow with a broken soul. If you stayed, I'd still believe love was something that wouldn't leave. Now I'm dancing with your ghost, holding place up in my dreams, but I wake up to space. I reach for you instinctively and touch the cold side of your place. They say that time will heal the pain, but time just makes it clear. You found sunshine after the rain, while I'm drowning in my tears. I was begging you to try, you were already saying goodbye. If you stayed, I still feel safe, not terrified of my own mistakes. If you stayed, I still feel love, not questioning what I was worth. You left so easily, like losing me meant nothing. Now every night I replay what would have changed if you stayed. Was I too much or not enough? Did you need someone stronger, someone easier to love? I would have given you my life if you just asked me to. If you stayed, I wouldn't break into pieces I can't replace. If you stayed, I'd still have faith in promises we made, but you chose to walk away, and I'm the one who has to stay with the ruins that remain, because you didn't stay. You said I deserved the world, but you couldn't give it to me. You kissed my forehead gently, like that would set me free. Your suitcases by the doorway said more than words could say. I tried to hold you closer, but you were already away. You told me it wasn't me, but that doesn't stop the bleeding. I was enough, wasn't I? Why do I feel like I failed to fight? You said I did everything right, so why am I alone tonight? If I were everything you needed, why am I the one defeated? You walked away like love was tough, but I was enough. I was enough. I replay every memory, looking for where I went wrong. Was it something in my silence, or loving you too long? You're smiling in new pictures, like I never broke your heart, while I'm here counting fractures, trying to restart. You said someday I'd understand, but I just don't understand. I was enough, wasn't I? Why does it feel like a lie? You held my face and made me swear that no one else could take my place. Now I'm erased without a trace, still crying in the same space. You made me feel like I was loved, forever, then let me go and left me drowning in the almost. If I were everything you said, why am I alone in this bed? You walked away when it got tough, and I'm still here, believing I was enough. I saw it in the way you smiled when her name lit up your phone. The way your voice turned soft and wild in a tone I thought was mine alone. You said I was just overthinking, said I had nothing to fear, but your hands were slowly slipping while I was holding you near. I was fighting for our flame, we were playing a different game. You chose her over me, over every memory, over all the nights we swore we were worth fighting for. You chose her without tears, left me drowning in my fears. Tell me how you sleep so sound after burning our love down. Did you tell her that I'm crazy, that I pushed you far away? Did you rewrite our whole story just to make yourself okay? Was she there before you left, before you let me fall apart? Or was I just a stepping stone to the end from the start? You said forever crossed your heart, guess forever had an early part. You chose her over truth, over the girl who gave you youth, over every scar I hid, over all the things we did. You chose her without pain while I'm here going insane. You walked away so free, like loving me meant nothing. Did she kiss you better? Did she love you less? Was I putting too much pressure? Or was she just easier to impress? You chose her, that's the truth, and now I'm left with proof that love can turn so cold when promises get old. You didn't just leave me, you erased me completely, and I'm still trying to recover from the day you chose her. I see your shadow in my room at night. Your hoodie's hanging where you left it by my side. The silence screams, it doesn't feel right. I'm holding on, but you already said goodbye. Every tear falls like the rain in June. Memories dancing under a silver moon. I'm still waiting for you, even though I know you're gone. My heart keeps breaking in two, trying to stay strong. I whisper your name in the dark, like you walk back through that door, but you're not mine anymore. Your pictures are fading on my phone screen light, but I can't delete the way you held me tight. You promised forever, you promised forever. Now forever feels like never. Every song plays our melody, but now it's just haunting me. I'm still waiting for you, even though I know you're gone. My heart keeps breaking in two, trying to stay strong. I whisper your name in the dark, like you walk back through that door, but you're not mine anymore. Maybe one day I'll be alright. Maybe I'll sleep through the night, but tonight I'm falling apart with your ghost inside my heart. I'm still waiting for you, even though I know it's true. You found someone new, and I lost you. I whisper your name in the dark, but love doesn't live here anymore. We had a future in our hands, picked out colors for the walls, talked about forever plans. Now forever doesn't call. I still drive by that old street where we said we build a life. Now it's strangers that I meet in the place you called our life. We were so close to everything. Now I'm so close to breaking. We were almost in love, and almost forever, and almost strong enough to survive the weather. We were right at the edge of everything we dreamed of. Now all that's left of us is what almost was. Your mother still asked about me, like I'm coming home someday. but you don't even look for me when you pass my way. Did you ever stop and think how close we were to forever? Or was I just a missing link? You planned to leave whenever. You said timing was wrong, but love should have been strong. We were almost home, and almost I do, and almost not alone when I was with you. We were seconds from a life that nobody could break. Now I'm the only one awake from what almost was. If you had held on tighter, if you had tried a little longer, would we be standing here instead of strangers? We were almost forever and almost meant to be. Now I'm holding on to pieces of what you meant to me. We were so close to love, so close it still cuts, and I'll always remember what almost was us. We passed each other yesterday like we never shared a name. No trembling hands, no words to say, just silence dressed in shame. You looked at me so casually, like I was someone new. But once you knew my every dream and every fear, I told you. How do we go from late night calls to walk past like strangers in the hall? Now we're strangers again, with memories we can't defend. From I can't live without you, acting like we never knew. The way our fingers used to fit, the way your heartbeat felt on my chest. How did forever suddenly end and turn us into strangers again? I still remember how you laughed when I tried to sing off key. Now you don't even look back when you're standing next to me. Your perfume lingers in the air, but it's not for me tonight. You hold a hand without a care, like I was never your fight. You said I was your home. Now I'm just someone you've outgrown. Now we're strangers again, like we never held hands, like you never called me yours, like we never made plans. How do you strangers again. Did you ever really love me, or just the way I loved you? Was I just a temporary until some better came soon? Now we're strangers again, but my heart won't pretend. It doesn't break every time I see you with her instead. You moved on like I was nothing, like we were just a trend. But I'm still in love with the stranger you've been to. White dress, church bells ringing loud, flowers falling at your feet. Everyone is smiling proudly, while my heart forgets to beat. You look perfect standing there, like you never broke a mind, holding her hand as you swear she's the love you waited to find. I'm hiding in the last row seat, trying not to fall apart completely. These are my wedding day tears, falling for what we were. You promised me these vows, now I'm just a blur. You're saying I do so proudly, while I'm breaking in this crowd. Tell me how love disappears on your wedding day. I remember picking rings in a store you can't forget. You said someday you'd give me things. We never even got there. Now she's wearing what was mine, standing where I dreamed to be. You turned our future into time that doesn't belong to me. You said I was your forever, guess forever meant never. These are my wedding day tears, drowning in all my fears. You're smiling for the cameras while I'm reliving years. You kissed her as you swore you never kissed before. Tell me how you stand so near without feeling what's here. Do you remember our song? Does it echo in your head? When you say hear what we once said? These are my wedding day tears for the life we almost lived, for the children we named, for the love I gave you to give. You walk into your new life while I disappear, and nobody knows I'm dying on your wedding day. With these tears, they told me love would hurt sometimes, but not like this, not this severe. I didn't know it meant I'd die while standing next to you right here. You held my hand at the funeral of everything we used to be. You said we tried so beautiful, like that was mercy for me. You called it fate, you called it change, but it just feels like I'm erased. You buried me with you when you walked away that night. You took the girl I used to be and left her in the dark without light. You're breathing like you're fine, like you didn't cross a line. But something in me died too when I was buried with you. I still wear the necklace you gave me on my birthday. It feels like a promise that slowly rotted away. You said I thank you someday for setting me free, but freedom feels like drowning when you're not here with me. You said I'd heal in time, but time just replays goodbye. You buried me with you under words you didn't mean, under all that is not you, and every broken dream. You sleep so peacefully while I'm fighting just to breathe. You left without a clue that I was buried with you. Was that too much heart? Too much devotion? Did loving you too hard turn me into the ocean? Were you afraid of drowning? You buried me with you, but somehow I'm still alive, carrying the ghost of us every single night. You didn't just leave love, you destroyed my truth, and I'm still trying to find myself after being buried with you. gets the better version of the man I used to know, the one who learned from all our storms, the one who finally grew. She gets the calm you never gave when I was begging you to stay. I built the bridge she's walking on, but I'm the one you walked away from. I taught you how to love so deeply. Now she's the one you get to keep. But I loved you first, before you knew your worth, before you fixed your broken words, before you stopped running from her. I held you at your worst, when loving you still burned. Now she gets the man you are, but I loved you first. She sees the flowers and the plants, the future is written clearly. I saw the doubt in your hands and stayed through every fear. Does she know how you used to cry at 3 a.m. in the dark? Does she know I gave you light when you were falling apart? I was there when you were lost. She's there now that you're not. I loved you first, through every silent curse, every time you shut me out, and every time it hurt. I gave you all my heart before you learned its worth. Now she holds the man you are, but I loved you first. Maybe that's my tragedy. I loved you into who you'd be, but who you'd be was never meant for me. I loved you first, before the healing worked, before you figured out how not to make love hurt. She gets the happy ending, I got the lessons learned. She gets forever with your heart, but I loved you first. You were always halfway packed, even when you held me close. 1 foot out, 1 hand on my back, like loving me was just a ghost. You'd say I'm yours so easily, but your eyes were far away. I was building us a home, you were building your escape. I kept believing every word, even when it started to hurt. You never stayed, not really, not completely. You loved me in pieces, but never deeply. You'd hold my heart, then slowly fade. I gave you forever, but you never stayed. You disappear for days at a time. Call it space, call it stress. I called it losing you in slow motion. while you called it doing your best. I learned to beg without begging, to cry without a sound, to feel you slipping through my hands while you were still around. I was fighting for something real. You were practicing how to leave. You never stayed. You were already gone. Even when you kissed me, something felt wrong. You said you cared, but love doesn't behave the way you did. You never stayed. Was I just comfort, a place to land until you found a better hand? You never stayed, not in the way I needed. You loved me safely, never defeated. I gave you all you slowly strayed. I wasn't too much. You just never stayed. We were always almost there, almost healed, almost right. Always saying next year, like love could wait for better nights. We thought we had forever to fix what felt undone, but forever turned to never before we even began. We kept choosing pride instead of the words we never said. There was not enough time to say the things we hid, not enough nights to love the way we did. We let silence grow where forgiveness should have been. Now I'm left alone with what could have been. I remember that last call. You said we'll talk tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Just a lifetime full of sorrow. I didn't know goodbye would hide inside that tone. If I had known it was the last, I would have never hung up the phone. We thought would always wait, but love doesn't wait for late. There was not enough time to fight a little harder, not enough strength to love a little smarter. We let the moment slip, we let each other go. Now I'm living with the echo of a love that won't let go. If I could turn back one night, I'd hold you tighter than before. I'd say the words I swallowed and never let you walk out that door. There was not enough time to fix what we broke, not enough courage to say what we spoke. Now I'm haunted by the clock and every second we lost. We didn't run out of love, we just ran out of time. I typed your name at 2 a.m. Watched the letters blur. Can we try again? But I couldn't press send. My thumb just hovered over hope, like maybe you'd still care. Like maybe if I called you now, you'd say you're still there. So many words inside my chest, but silence felt safer than rejection. There's an unsent last message sitting in my phone, saying I still love you, even though you're gone. I rewrote it 100 times, then erased every line. 'Cause loving you out loud feels like losing my pride. Your last scene says you're awake, but not awake for me. You're probably laughing somewhere while I can barely breathe. I wonder if you'd answer if I finally broke down, or if my name is on your screen would just make you turn it down. I'm scared of hearing nothing more than I'm scared of hearing the truth. There's an unsent last message begging you to stay, asking if you miss me even just a little today. I wanna say I'm not okay, that I'm falling apart, but what if you don't feel the same? And that just breaks my heart. Do you ever type my name and stop before you send it too? Or am I the only one still reaching out to you? There's an unsent last message that'll never leave my phone. It says I'd still choose you if you came back home. But I guess some loves are meant to stay silent, so I'll keep loving you quietly in this unsent last message. Used to trace my fingertips like they were made of gold. Now you barely notice when my hands are cold. You used to say I miss you before I left the room. Now I'm just background noise fading like perfume. I felt it in the quiet before you said a word. When you changed, you didn't say goodbye. You just love me less, a little more each night. When you changed, I felt it in your touch. You were still beside me, but it wasn't us. You stopped asking how I was, stopped caring if I cried. You said you were just tired, but something in you died. I kept trying harder to be who I was before, but the more I tried to fix us, the less you wanted more. I was fighting for a spark, you were already in the dark. When you changed, you turned your heart away. You said nothing's wrong, but everything was great. When you changed, you held me like a friend, not like the girl you swore you'd love until the end. Was it sudden, or was it slow? Did you fall out of love and I just didn't know? When you changed, you didn't leave the room. You just left my heart in a silent tomb. You were still here, but love felt out of range. The worst kind of goodbye is when you change. Three little words on a blue lit screen. That's fine, but it's not fine. He used to call me everything. Now I'm just a typing line. I watch the dots appear then fade, like hope that comes and goes. You read my heart, I wanna wait, but never answered close. I didn't lose you all at once, I lost you message by message. You left me unread, like I meant nothing you said, like all of our nights were just words in your head. You saw my I miss you and chose to pretend. The cruelest goodbye is being left unread. You post a smile I don't recognize, with someone new beside, while I'm rereading old replies where you said I was your life. My heart still jumps at every buzz, but it's never you again. I guess the hardest part of us is loving someone who won't press in. I'm staring at your sirens like it might start speaking. You left me on red with my pride hanging by a thread. disappeared and left me on red. Do you ever scroll back and see what we were? Or did you delete me like I didn't occur? You left me on red, but I still love you instead. Still waiting for something you'll never have said. It wasn't a fight, it wasn't the end. It was just you deciding not to answer again. I saw you in a photograph, standing closer than we used to stand. Her fingers wrapped around your arm, like she belongs there as she can. You're smiling like the past was like we were easy to undo. She looks at you the way I did back when I still had you. I didn't think it hurt this way, seeing someone else in my place. Now she has you the way I used to. She hears you laugh from the other side of the room. She gets your mornings, your late night truth. I had your heart once, now she has you. Does she know you hate the rain? Do you hum when you can't sleep? Does she know you're scared of change and love too hard, too deep? Or did you change for her somehow, become the man I beg to see? Is she the reason you're better now, and I was just the therapy? I stayed through your darkest blue. Now she gets the clearer you. Now she has you, your promises too. The future I pictured is hers, not mine to hold on to. She gets your forever, your I swear it's true. I gave you my everything. Now she has you. Did you ever love me the way you love her now? Or was I just the lesson you needed to figure out how? She has you, and I have the scars. She has your arms, I have the dark. You moved on like love was easy to lose, but I'm still here, learning how to breathe without you. was your world, but only when it felt convenient. You called me baby in the dark, but daylight made you distant. I learned to live between your moods, between your yes and maybe. You gave me just enough of you to keep me calling you my baby. I mistook your half-love for something whole. You were never really mine, just passing through my life. You wore my love like borrowed time, but never called me your wife. I gave you all my heart, you gave me just a sign. I was loving someone who was never really mine. You disappear without goodbye, then show up like a storm. And every time I let you in, you left me feeling torn. I built a future in my head while you avoided plans. I thought you were scared of love, now I see you just weren't my man. You kept one foot outside the door while I gave you something more. You were never really mine, not in the way I needed. You loved me when it felt right, but never when I pleaded. I was almost your maybe someday line, but I was loving someone who was never really mine. Did you ever picture me standing next to you for life, or was I just the comfort before you found your wife? You were never really mine, but I was always yours. I waited for the future you were never fighting for. Now I'm learning how to heal from loving someone blind. The hardest kind of heartbreak is loving what was never mine. You say you need some space to think, but I can feel what that means now. Your voice doesn't shake the way it did when you used to make me vows. You don't reach for me at night, your hands just rest between. I'm lying inches from your heart, but miles from what we've been. You're already halfway gone, and I'm still holding on. I'm still choosing you every single day, even when you're unsure, even when you pull away. I'm still choosing you through every doubt you show. But love can't survive if I'm the only one who won't let go. You say I love you more softly now, like it's losing weight, like every word is struggling just to feel the same. I memorize your changing eyes, the distance in your kiss. standing right in front of me, but something's wrong with this. I keep fighting for our flame while you're tired of the same. I'm still choosing you, even when you don't choose me, even when your heart is somewhere I can't see. I'm still choosing you while you're letting us fade, but loving someone alone is the loneliest way. If I stopped trying, would you notice? If I walked away, would you chase? Or would you finally breathe easier with someone else in my place? I'm still choosing you, but I'm losing myself, trying to save a love you've already left. I can't keep proving what you don't wanna prove. Maybe the bravest thing is not choosing you.